people, Kiala Givehand here with my first post as a StencilGirl columnist. Some of you might remember me from the StencilGirl design team or the StencilGirl creative team in 2017-2018, and I loved doing that and bringing you tutorials and showing you lots of different things. This year I have tried to think about what I might share that would be helpful for those of you that are already kind of into book art, and even those of you who are brand new to book art. I'll be sharing some stuff for you as well. I have tons of stuff over on my website where I share for beginners, but in this particular post I want to share with you 6 ways that you can use all of your bits and pieces of your stenciled pages, whether it's jelly plate printed pages, whether it's collage things, whether it's kind of like me where you're experimenting and playing to see what a stencil might be able to do, the range you might be able to get with something, and you've got all these little bits and pieces just laying around hanging out. I want to show you 6 ways you can use these to bring into your book art projects, your bookbinding projects, your hand-bound journals. And for those of you that are using purchase journals, you can use some of these same techniques in those as well. So the very first way you can start to use your bits and pieces in your book art projects is to use it on your covers. So here's a journal that I did. The journal on the inside is full of all kind of goodness and wonderful stuff, but it's a little bit of a hybrid. It has a soft spine with a little bit of a hard cover here, and I wanted to do something with this cover that would, really give it some oomph and some pop and speak to kind of who I am and what I like in the world. So you can see Mary Nassar stencil in the background there. I love anything that is about earth, globe, maps, compasses, things like that. So that was perfect for me. And then I thought, okay, I want to do a little bit of a series because this book has lots of content in it but not a lot of words. And I thought, what if I paired it with a book that was almost like a narrative of what's happening inside this book? So again, that's a book art type of concept, thinking of working in series where things connect to each other. So if you are someone who likes to do that, where you like to have multiple journals that kind of speak to each other, this is another way you can do that. Bring those pieces into your covers. Another way you might use stencils in your cover, or those bits and pieces of stencil paper, is to do what I call a framed cover. So this is a framed cover. Here's another one where I just took a jelly plate print. You can see that ladder stencil in there, and I think those are Mary Beth's scribbles. Maybe it might be something from Tracy Bautista, not 100% sure. I can't make it out completely, but you can see it peeking there in the background. And one of the things I really love about being able to do this is a blank journal. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It's just a bunch of watercolor paper that I stitched together in anticipation. And then I saw this piece and I thought, this is perfect for the front of this. So there you have it. I might come in, I might journal around the border, which I often do with my journals. I might do something like this where I've done a little bit of hand stitching, where it's pen stitching. It's not really hand stitching because I didn't use a needle, just used the pen to do some dashes around here to give it that faux stitched look. And I rounded the corners on this to give it an even more finished look and put a title there. Another way you might use it on your covers is to just put a darn stencil, pick a stencil, and put it on the front of your cover. And I'm opening this up so you can see that I use that entire stencil to make my cover. And the book is blank for now, but with this as my theme, I can now come in, I could write poetry that's all about mermaids. I could do a story. I could write a story that is about dreaming of mermaids. So lots of different things I could come in and do with this. I could bring that stencil back and just repeat it in different ways throughout this journal to create a cohesive piece of book art. All right. Last but not least, one of my other favorite ways is and this is something I did in 2013 for Book in a Day, where I just brought in, I loved this stencil so much with this yoga girl sitting in full lotus with mind, body, spirit, and where I was in my life and my yoga practice at the time. This was perfect. So I created a handmade journal. I repurposed this hardcover library book I hand stitched some watercolor paper and different Bristol paper and some mixed media paper all in here together, and I created this journal for myself. Made a hardcover journal, added a piece of elastic so that it all would stay together, and I just love that. This is modeling paste, so it has texture. I don't know if you can really see that, but lots of texture, and I used some iridescent medium, so it has a lot of shimmer to it. So that was another fun way, and that's not using bits, but that's using stencils on the cover of your book art projects. Alright, method number 2 is using your stencil bits and pieces as title labels to make your titles for your journals. So you can see here that I've got a little piece of this right in there, and I've layered other pieces in with it to create a label. And again, that adds a finished touch to my journal. Here's another one. I'm working in my Stencilfied journal, doing the Stencilfied journal project with Tina Walker. And it is such a really cool, I just kind of went with the flow, right? You can even see the cover is stenciled, but then I brought in a piece of that right in here and used just some handwriting, and there you have it, my little title for my journal. And again, it gives it this finished look, this intentional look to the journal. Alright, that's number 2. Number 3 is sort of, you're going to say, duh, Kyla, we know this, is using stencils for the content and the pages inside of your journal. So here's an example of that. I did this one during my time as a creative team member, and again, I brought in the Mermaid Memories. And so, you know, those two books can talk to each other, right? They're in conversation with each other. They're part of a series that I'm creating. And this one is just telling a story with no words, wordless stories. And you'll notice that so my idea is that she went up to the surface, she found something she loved, she brought it back down with her to her home in the depths below. So each page just shows her decreasing down the page slowly until there's nothing left but a trail of bubbles. Now, I could come add words in this, but I like it like that. I like just telling a story using a stencil. So go through your stash, find a stencil that you love. That one by Carolyn Dubie that has the 3 girls together, or Find Your Tribe. Oh my gosh, what a great one that would be to tell a wordless story with. What could you do with that? Alright, another one where I've used the stencil is the content, is this one called Destination. And again, you'll notice I used a little bit and piece to create my title. But this, you can see Mary Nassar's stencils all over this, right? Her map stencil, and then got some background stencils there. And then the compass, and then this is called a Flexagon book. And so I love that interactive quality. I love that the maps show up in all these different places. So this really speaks to me as a book artist and my sensibilities as a book artist. I like for the reader to get involved with the book, the viewer to get involved with the book. So that was perfect. So using the stencil as a content element is number 3. Number 4 is to use it as borders. So here's a blank journal that I've, again, done a framed piece on the front. And somewhere in here I put a few little bits and pieces. There they are. Because these can be great for creating, you know, some people use washi tape to do this, but you can use your little printed jelly tape. Put some double-sided tape on the back of that, or glue stick, and now you've got this piece or this border here that could now be speaking into what's happening on the page. You could even use it in that direction. You could start to layer them, put multiples on a page so you could have a little bit of a frame there. And you might even bring this one over here and mimic that on this side or here, so that now you've got your composition flows in a certain way. So using borders, using these bits and pieces to border your pages is number 4. Number 5 is creating pockets with your pieces. So here is a piece that I did. Again, you know what stencils I like, right? You're starting to see a theme here. Okay. This is a piece that I again took. It was a jelly plate printed. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Put it to the side. But then I thought, oh, I want to make a little pocket. So I dug in my stash. I found this piece. I added it, to another piece on the back. I brought out my sewing machine and just did a 3-sided stitch on that. And now I have a little pocket that I will just add. For instance, I could add it right to the inside back of this. And now I have a pocket that would be in this journal. So pockets would be number 5 for how you can use your bits and pieces, your stencil pages, to embellish and add some personality to your book art pieces. That's number 5. Number 6 is to create what I call, well, what everybody in book art calls belly bands. I love a belly band. And if you're like, what is a belly band? That's not wrapping around my belly. A belly band is a way to enclose books that are that you want to kind of keep in a collection. You can enclose them in a belly band. So here's a set of 3 books, and you'll notice lots of stencils here that you recognize. 3 books that are hand done, hand stitched journals, and I like to kind of balance them out a little bit. So then this belly band, which was a piece of the larger piece I worked on, just slides right over the top of them to keep them together as a collective. So creating belly bands for your books is also a great way to use up those scraps, those bits and pieces. Okay? There you have it. You got 6 ways that you can now take those stenciled items and bring them into your book art projects. And I probably could come up with 10 others, but I'll stop at 6 because I think 6 is a really good way for you to now go grab up all your bits and pieces and start to create. See what you can make with all of these bits and pieces. Can you use them for covers? Can you use them for front titles? Can you use them for the inside content and pages? Can you use them as borders in your journal or make pockets with them? Or do you have a collection of journals that needs a nice closure and you can create a belly band for it? Yay! Love it! Excited! I can't wait to see what you guys are working on and making with your handmade journals and your book art projects and all of your stencil bits and pieces. I look forward to seeing you. If you have questions, leave them down below in the comment section for me. I can't wait to connect with you further, and I'll see you in all the many places that we share. Take care. Bye!